One.
Good morning and welcome back to the Minawan News Network after a long summer break. My name is Rockwan and this is the news. We begin with the newest Mina Mania comic titled Can We Eat a Vacuum Cleaner? And after a thorough investigation, MNN can now officially report, yes we can. And speaking of art, the third Minawan art contest Summer with Cerber has concluded. Minawan were given a little over 2 weeks to create their summer-themed artwork, followed by 3 days of community voting. The results are now in. First place went to LST1 with a beautiful painting of Cerber enjoying the seaside and some Minawan ice cream. The MNN team also selected their own personal favourites, so if you haven't checked out the results yet, there is plenty of fantastic artwork to discover. And while we're on the topic of art, another contest is already underway. Sparklewan's Instructions Unclear comic art contest is still open and will run until the end of the month. If you want to participate, check the Serber for the full details. And finally, after what felt like way too long, our beloved hellhound is back on track. Welcome back, Cerber. On Tuesday, Cerber started a new world in Power World named the Minacorp Chudlands. This wasn't going to be an ordinary playthrough though. She began a hardcore run with completely randomized POW spawns, and somehow our dog actually survived the entire stream. A remarkable achievement. On Wednesday, Cerber took part in the sponsored stream for NTE Neverness to Everness. She once again demonstrated her incredible driving skills by successfully hitting almost every tree that dared to exist within a 5-mile radius of her vehicle. Minawan were also able to join Cerber for some races and a ride out, making for a rather chaotic and enjoyable evening. On Thursday, it was time for the Cave Diver. Cerber ventured into the depths of a horror-esque cave diving game where she encountered the terrifying consequences of cave exploration. At one point, she was, quite literally, reduced to a shape. And finally, on Sunday, Cerber rounded off the week with a 3.5-hour karaoke session. There were plenty of well-known songs, a few new ones, and more than enough comfy singing to send Minawan into the next work week. That's all for this edition of the Minawan News Network Newsbreak. Be sure to visit mnn.minawan.dog for all the latest articles, comics, and community news. I'm your host Rockwan, reminding you that vacuum cleaners are apparently edible, hardcore Power World is survivable, and Cerber's driving license should probably remain under investigation. Have a good night, everyone.